video, not in the last video, in a recent video, about these Druzy crystal shells that I made, and I think you saw me create both of these. So let me hold these up. So what I did was I took this blue one and I coated it with silver on all the sides. And on this one, I left the interior, like the spaces in between blank, so you can see the blue in there. And I just ran over the spaces here with the silver acrylic paint pen. This one has 2 coats of a gloss varnish on it, and you can see that it shines. This is the gloss varnish that I use. It says high gloss acrylic varnish. I would not say that it's definitely high gloss, because this one does not have any of the varnish on it yet. It does have the silver pen, and on this one I decided to go on the in-between, and I haven't decided which one I like better yet, because I think I like them both. Maybe this one, maybe I like it better. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do it this way on today's. But if you can see, like I said, this has 2 coats on it. This has none. And I don't think that it's necessarily that much shinier, if much at all. But it will help to protect and keep the paint on it. So once I put magnets on the backs of these, and then I can list them for sale, and then yeah, that varnish will help protect the paint. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take this one, which you saw me do in a recent video, which has nothing on it, just has that chunky, what was it, the turquoise glitter from Hemway. So this one I'm going to take, and I'm thinking I'm going to use gold on that. So I have these, what are they, Fly C acrylic painter, marks on anything water-based. So let's see, I'm going to use the gold one today. And as you can see, I use this as my palette, because what you want to do with these is you want to shake them up because they are paint, and then you just go here to start the flow of paint. So here's the plan for today. I'm going to paint this one first, and then I'm going to go and add a coat of varnish on this one. Then I will add the 3rd coat of varnish to this one, and maybe by that time this will be dry enough for, I do 2 coats of the paint, so I probably won't get them all varnished in this video, but what I'll do is I'll come back with the beauty reveal, and that will be all of them painted and 3 coats of varnish. So with that, let's begin. Shaking up the paint, but probably shouldn't do that on camera, so I don't. There we go. Now, just gonna dab it here to get the, see it's flowing there. Okay. Now, pick this up, and this is super simple to do. Make sure I'm in frame here, because this flows really, really nicely. And I can speed this up in post, so you don't have to watch me paint every single section. said that will need a second coat, but it's completely covered now. And one of the drawbacks that you may have noticed to this technique is that it will highlight your bubbles. So there were bubbles on the edges, but that is okay because, you know, a lot of times that is to be expected with resin. So, but I love the gold and the turquoise combination, and we will do a second coat to tighten all that up. All right, now put that down to dry. And now here is that high gloss varnish. And with that, this is a little bit quicker. Oops, got that little doohickey there. All right. I do wish they had made the brush just a slight bit more narrow. You know, and actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Sorry, we're outside again. Pour a little bit of the varnish into the lid and then dip it that way. Like I said, this goes much quicker. This has no varnish on it as of yet. All I'm gonna do is just paint it on. And like I said, this goes much more quickly. The goal is just to protect the paint so that the new owner, or even if I were to keep it myself, would be able to keep the paint looking nicer for as long as possible. So you want to just make sure you cover all of the painted surfaces, although I do see a part I seem to have missed with the paint, but that will be fine. So I'm just skimming over the surface of the smaller, narrower lines, not actually going into the druzy part. But it won't hurt it if it does get in there. I'll just skim the top here. Okay, that was easy. We have one coat. And now I just stuck my finger in it. Okay. Oh, moved out of frame, so sorry about that. Okay, and this. So this will be the third coat for the silver and blue one. Okay, got that side. Switch over to this side. Oh, got a little bit on the bottom there. And now for the top. Again, just kind of skimming over these skinnier parts. Okay, so this now has its full 3 coats. Let's see, I put my finger in there. It is glossy. It's also wet and silver, so great combination. Put that down to dry, and then I will wash that brush out, pour the rest of the varnish in here, because you do have to wait. This varnish requires you to wait 30 minutes before applying another coat. It also recommends no more than 3 coats, because then it will start to get cloudy, it says. I have not tested that fact, but we're just going to stick with the 3 coat rule. I'll wipe out the top of this lid. So there you have it. So like I said, the beauty reveal will be when all three of these have all three coats on them. So we'll see you in a minute. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to the beauty reveal. This one is very simple because it's what you see is what you get. So if you remember, I had these three shell pieces, and one of them had one coat of varnish, the other had no coats of varnish, and the other had no paint. So this one, I added the 2 coats of varnish, so this now has 3 coats of varnish on it, and I do like the shine. Whether that's the silver or the varnish or a combination of the 2, I think it really makes this piece stand out. And that varnish will protect the paint. Will protect the paint on that shell. I'm going to add a magnet to the back, and then it'll go up in my coffee shop. Okay, and so this one is the same. This one was the gold alcohol ink. I think this was the blue. This was blue resin dye. This was blue resin dye. This was gold alcohol ink, and I was thinking about doing it gold, but I like the fact that I painted it the silver and it has that contrast. So this also has the similar shine as the other one, and that paint is now protected with 3 coats of varnish. And then we have the last one. This was the turquoise chunky glitter. And this one, unfortunately, I do have a few more bubbles, air bubbles on the edges, and this technique of adding the gold outline really does highlight those. So, I guess if I, when I list these in my coffee shop, you just kind of point out that yes, it does have bubbles. It is resin, and it is it's a water related piece. So maybe it's supposed to have bubbles. But just know that when you do something like this and you highlight an edge or a corner or something like that, you are going to see the bubbles more prominently. But we also do have the shine of the gold. I think the gold could have used a 3rd coat of the acrylic paint, but it does have a fantastic shine, and I really do like that. It's very, very pretty, and it provides a gorgeous shine and contrast to that chunky turquoise glitter from Hemway. Really, really like that sparkle and that shine. And then when you add that to the Druzy, we've got what is it? Triple, not a whammy, because whammy is a bad thing, but a triple, I'm sure somebody can help me find a word and put it in the comments. But it's triple spectacular. How's that? Glitter and Druzy and metallic paint, and then all protected by that varnish. So there you go. We have 3 of the same pieces, all done differently. We've got glitter, we've got alcohol ink, we have resin dye, all painted with acrylic paint and then varnished for protection. So I think they're absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to remind you to go out and find some beauty of your own, because if you look for it, it's there. Bye.